Good morning, student. Today, again, we are going to start the chapter first, part 2. Key concept of this video: type of goods, type of final goods, type of consumer goods, the concept of stock and flow. Now, let us start with the first topic, type of goods. Intermediate goods. Goods which are used for further production or for resale in the same year are known as an intermediate good. So, from this definition, it is clear that the goods which are used as raw material, they are considered as an intermediate good. Otherwise, if a person purchase it to sell, to resell, then it is also considered as an intermediate good. Okay, if a good is purchased for making another good, then it is intermediate good. Otherwise, if a person purchase it to resell it, then again it is intermediate good. Example, milk. If milk is used by making the sweet, then it is used as a raw material. Because of that, it is considered as a intermediate good. If a milk purchased by dairy owner, then he resell it to consumer, that is why it is considered as a intermediate goods. Now, what type of goods are included in intermediate goods? So, all the non-durable goods and services used by the producer. Okay, so non-durable goods means raw material, and services means services of engineer, manager, etc. Second, whatever goods lying with the trader for resale, they are also considered as a intermediate good. Next is all the durable goods which are purchased by the government to produce military services, that is also considered as a intermediate good. So it is quite interesting thing. Okay, student, key trucks, helicopter, aircraft, all these things, condition aircraft, all these things which are purchased by the government, these are durable goods. These are durable goods, but it is considered as an intermediate good. Why? Because it is used to produce military services. Without it, government cannot protect us. Now, 2 points regarding intermediate good. First, when intermediate goods passes through the production process, they lose their identity. It's mean when a good is used as a raw material, it lose its identity, like milk. If milk is used for making sweet, then we cannot get back milk from the sweet. Milk is going to lose its identity. Okay. Second point is intermediate goods are those goods which are still within the production boundary. What this statement explain? It explains that when a good is purchased by one production unit to another production unit, then it is considered as a intermediate good. Like if wheat is purchased by flour mill, then it is intermediate good. If flour is purchased by baker, then this flour is intermediate good. Okay. Now the second, final good. Final goods are those goods which is either used for final consumption by the consumer or for investment by the producers. So what type of goods comes are included in final good? All durable goods like television, refrigerator, which having life of several years. All non-durable goods which we consume in just one single use, like milk, biscuit, fruit, vegetables, cloth, etc. All capital goods. All capital goods, yani all the fixed assets used by the producers. Now, here is a comparative study of intermediate good. We are taking the same product, same good for explaining intermediate and consumer good. Take the example of salt. If salt is purchased by the baker, then it is intermediate good. Why? Because Baker use it as a raw material for making the bread, and he sell this bread to consumer. He is earning money. Okay, that is why. On the other hand, if household sector, yani if I, otherwise you, purchase the salt and make food with the help of the salt, then it is not an intermediate good. It is a consumer good. It is a final consumer good. Why? Because we are not going to earn money from it. Now, difference between intermediate good and final good. So, good used in the production of another good is considered as an intermediate good. Final good used by for final consumption. Okay, intermediate goods are meant for resale, but final goods are not meant for resale. Okay, next point is intermediate goods. All those goods which are within the boundary line, they are considered as a intermediate goods. Those goods which are outside the boundary line, they are final goods. Intermediate goods value, intermediate goods consumption expenditure on intermediate goods are not included in national income. On the other hand, value included in national income. Final goods value is included in national income. It is very important point, and this is the reason to understand the concept of intermediate good and final good. Okay, the value of intermediate goods, expenditure on intermediate goods are excluded. On the other hand, expenditure on final goods are included. Examples already we had discussed. Now, boundary line, this term. So here I am going to explain the significance of difference between intermediate good and final good with the help of the production boundary. Here, when farmer produces the cotton and sell it to B, then this cotton is intermediate good. Here you can see it is within the boundary line. Now B produces thread with the help of this cotton and sell to firm C. Okay, now firm C produces cloth with the help of this thread. Then again it is within the boundary lines. There is process of value addition. So it is in all these process. This is a example of intermediate good. But this cloth, when purchased by the consumer, then it becomes final good, because now there is no value addition. Now next topic is type of final goods. So there are two type of final goods: capital goods and consumer goods. Let us start with the consumer good. Consumer good or consumer product are those goods used by the consumer for personal, family or household purpose. Okay, from the morning till the night, whatever goods and services you are using, that is the example of consumer product. Now, type of consumer goods. So there are three type of consumer good: durable goods, non-durable goods and services. So let we understand it. Durable goods, those goods are long lasting. It's mean those goods which are having the life of several years, they are considered as a durable good. Non-durable goods, the goods only last for a short period of time. It's mean we can make the use for a short period of time, then it is non-durable goods. Services, we cannot touch it. Okay, we make the use of service of teachers, service of doctors, service of lawyer, etc. Now example of durable and non-durable goods. So here we can see the difference example of durable goods and non-durable goods. Car, household, refrigerator are the example of durable goods, because we can make the use of it again and again for a long period of time. Non-durable goods, the single consumer goods, single time consumption good, like sanitizers, pencil, eraser, paper, pizza, etc. Now next topic is what are capital goods. So capital goods, this is all type of goods that are produced in the country and then used to make another goods and services. So the goods which are used for production of other goods are considered as a capital goods. Now for you, there is one question: what are the some capital goods used in our classroom? So I think furnitures, blackboard, room, these are the example of capital good in our classroom. Think more. Now, important points regarding capital good. Capital goods, first of all, it is used again and again. Because of that, there is depreciation. Okay. Second thing, it help in increasing production capacity. If in a firm there is two machine, one machine is able to produce 10x, then two machine can produce 20x. If we want to produce 40x, then we have to purchase two more machinery. It's mean more capital goods, more production capacity. Next is, it generally have a expected life more than 1 year. Obviously, all capital goods have the life of at least more than 1 year. Now here you can see example of capital goods like machinery, equipment, tool, etc. Now the difference between consumer goods and capital goods. So it is very easy. Consumer good, term clear itself, its meaning, the goods which are used by consumer from the morning till the night. Whatever goods you are using, that are the example of consumer good. Capital goods, goods used by the business to make consumer goods, or other capital goods are the example of capital goods. Okay, so all the fixed assets are the example of capital goods. Now there is one interesting question: all producer goods are not capital goods, explain. So first of all, we needed to require the meaning of producer good. You know, producer goods are those goods which are used in the process of production. A producer make the use of raw material and capital good, yani fixed assets, to produce a good. Okay, a capital goods are those goods you had learned that is going to have a life of several years. There is going to be depreciation. Okay, and raw material, it is not having the life of several years. It is going to lose its identity in the process of production. So in this way, because of this, because of use of raw material by the producers, we are going to have this statement: all producer goods are not capital goods. Now next topic is meaning of stock and flow. So stock and flow concept. Stock variable is an economic variable which can be measured at a point of time. Remember, stock variable measured at a point of time. On the other hand, flow variable which can be measured at a period of time. Okay. Now some example of stock and flow. Wealth is the example of stock. People with the college degree, the government debt, capital, these are the stock example. Flow example, annual saving, new college graduate this year, the government budget deficit, investment. These are the example of flow. Now difference between stock and flow. So stock already we had learned. Stock variable are measured at a particular point of time. It is related to particular point of time. Flow is related to period of time. Next is stock has no time dimension. Okay, because it is related to measurement at a particular point of time. Flow has time dimension like per hour, per month. Okay, stock is a statistic concept. On the other hand, flow is a dynamic concept. For example, water in a tank is not going to be changed. Its amount is not going to be changed. Okay, on the other hand, the water flowing from the tap, its volume can be changed. Okay, it can be increased or decreased with the help of the tap. Now example of stock: wealth, water in a tank, inventories, capital. Flow example: income, water in a stream, change in inventory, change in capital. Now revision. Power boosters. The first, what do you mean by intermediate goods? The goods used for further production or for resale. Final goods. So available for end user, there are two type of final goods: final consumer goods. So its name explain its meaning, the goods used by consumer. Capital goods used by producers in production. Now type of consumer goods, so durable consumption goods used for more than 1 year. Example, car. Non-durable consumption goods used only one time. Example, milk. Services which cannot be touched. Example, service of doctor. Stock measured at a particular point of time. Flow measured during a period of time. Thank you.